The wind blows through the open fields of Heartland, the same fields where Amy and Ty once rode side by side. But now, something unbelievable is happening. A shadow appears in the distance, a figure walking slowly toward the ranch. Amy freezes. Her heart skips a beat. That face, that walk. It can't be. Ty Borden? The man she thought she lost forever? Heartland fans, get ready. Because Season 19, Episode 1 might just change everything we thought we knew. It's been years since Ty Borden's heartbreaking death. Amy Fleming has done her best to move forward, raising Lindy, caring for the horses, and trying to heal the pieces of her broken heart. The Heartland Ranch has always been full of life, horses running free, laughter echoing through the barn, and Jack's wisdom guiding the family. But for Amy, something has always been missing. That empty chair at the dinner table. That silence in the mornings when Ty would have been there, smiling, coffee in hand. As Season 19 begins, everything feels peaceful. Too peaceful. Amy has found her rhythm again, training horses, spending time with Lindy, and slowly opening her heart to new beginnings. There's even a small hint that she might be ready to let someone else in. But then, just as things begin to feel normal, something shifts. A series of strange moments begin to unfold. Tiny clues that something isn't right. First, Amy finds a photograph she swears she didn't put there. It's old, worn out, and shows her and Ty together during their first year at Heartland. On the back, there's a note written in Ty's handwriting. Never stop believing. Amy stares at it for a long time, her eyes filling with tears. She knows it's impossible, but the handwriting looks too real, too fresh. Later that day, as the sun sets, Amy takes Spartan out for a quiet ride. The golden light washes over the fields, and for a moment she feels calm. But then, in the distance, she sees someone standing near the tree line. A man wearing a brown leather jacket. Her breath catches. Ty used to wear a jacket just like that. She blinks, and the figure is gone. Amy tells herself it's just her mind playing tricks. Maybe it's the memories, or maybe she just wants to believe he's still watching over her. But when she returns to the barn, she finds something else. An old pair of gloves, Ty's gloves, the same ones he used when working with the horses. They're covered in dust, but they weren't there that morning. The music swells as Amy stands frozen, her heart pounding. She whispers, almost afraid to speak the words out loud. Ty? The screen fades to black. This is how Heartland Season 19, Episode 1 begins. Not with joy, not with sadness, but with confusion and a spark of hope. A hope Amy never allowed herself to feel again. A hope that maybe, just maybe, the man she loved isn't gone after all. But is Ty Borden truly alive? Or is Heartland about to break our hearts once more? Amy can't sleep that night. The photograph, the gloves, that mysterious figure in the distance, they all replay in her mind like a broken record. Every time she closes her eyes, she sees Ty's face, his gentle smile, the way he used to look at her as if she were the only person in the world. It's strange how memories can feel so real, almost alive, even after so many years. She walks outside, the cold night air brushing against her skin. The ranch is quiet except for the soft sound of horses in the stables. She remembers how Ty used to check on them late at night, whispering to each horse by name. He said they could sense calmness through his voice. Amy smiles faintly, tears forming. You'd love to see how Lindy's growing, Ty, she whispers. She's just like you. Her voice trembles. It's not just sadness, it's something else. Something deep inside her feels unsettled. Like her heart is trying to tell her something her mind refuses to believe. The next morning, Amy finds Jack sitting on the porch, drinking coffee like he always does. He notices the tired look in her eyes. Didn't sleep, did you? He asks gently. Amy shakes her head. I saw someone last night. Someone who looked like Ty. Jack's face softens, but there's concern in his eyes. Amy, you know how the mind works when it misses someone. But Amy isn't convinced. It wasn't just a feeling, Grandpa. It was real. I know it was. Jack doesn't argue. Instead, he looks toward the horizon, the same view Ty used to love, and says, sometimes people never really leave us. Sometimes they find a way back. even if we don't understand how. Later, while brushing Spartan, Amy finds another clue, a silver horse charm tied to the saddle strap. It's the same charm Ty gave her on their first anniversary. She takes it in her hand, her heart racing. It's not just an old memory resurfacing. This is new. Someone placed it there. Someone who knows their story. The camera pans to Amy's face. Confusion, disbelief, fear, and hope all at once. The wind rustles through the trees, almost like a whisper. For a brief second, she thinks she hears it. His voice. "I'm here." Amy spins around, eyes wide, searching. But again, no one's there. Just the sound of leaves dancing in the wind. Every corner of Heartland now feels alive with ghosts of the past. The barn, the fields, the trails, each one carries a memory of Ty. But now, those memories don't just bring comfort. They bring questions. Could he really be alive? Did he survive somehow? Or is Amy's heart playing cruel tricks on her? The line between reality and memory starts to blur. And for Amy Fleming, the woman who once believed in miracles, the possibility that Ty Borden could still be out there feels both terrifying and beautiful. The morning light creeps across Heartland like a quiet secret, golden and soft, but uneasy. There's something different in the air, something Amy can't quite name. She feels it in the way the horses shift restlessly in their stalls, in the way the wind whistles through the open barn doors, as if trying to deliver a message. It's the first day of the new season, both for the ranch and for Amy's life. Jack and Lisa are preparing for a small horse clinic. Lou is busy on the phone talking about a new business project, and Lindy is playing near the fence, her laughter echoing through the yard. It all feels so normal. But normal doesn't last long in Heartland. Not today. Amy leads Spartan toward the paddock when she notices something strange. The gate is slightly open. She's sure she locked it the night before. On the post, there's a single wild rose, freshly picked, tied with a thin leather string. She picks it up slowly, her fingers trembling. It's the same kind of rose Ty used to bring her every spring. He always said, "A wild rose for my wild heart." Her breath catches. She looks around, scanning the open fields. Nothing, just silence. But that silence feels heavy, full of eyes watching her. Later, when Amy walks into the barn, she freezes. There, on the workbench, lies something impossible. A worn-out brown leather journal. She knows that journal. It belonged to Ty. He carried it everywhere, filled with notes about animal treatments, sketches, and dreams for the future. She picks it up carefully, her hands shaking. The first page is torn, but the second page has fresh ink. Words written in Ty's handwriting. "I made it back, Amy." Amy's knees almost give out. Her mind spins. How? How could this be real? Ty died. She was there when they said goodbye. She held his ashes. But this handwriting, these words, no one else could write like that. The camera would zoom in slowly on Amy's trembling hand as she traces the letters with her fingers. Her breathing grows uneven. She looks up as Spartan snorts nervously, his eyes darting toward the open barn doors. Amy turns, her heart pounding, and sees a figure walking away toward the fields. Same jacket, same walk, same calm stride she's seen 1,000 times before. Ty? Her voice cracks. The figure doesn't stop, doesn't turn around, just keeps walking until the light swallows him completely. Amy drops the journal, running after him, calling his name. But when she reaches the end of the field, he's gone. The only thing left behind is a single footprint in the dirt. Fresh, deep, real. Her eyes fill with tears. She whispers to herself, "I'm not imagining this. I can't be." As the music swells, the screen cuts to a shot of the distant mountains, bathed in sunset. The voiceover echoes, "Sometimes the ones we lose aren't gone. They're just waiting for the right moment to come home." Heartland Season 19. Episode 1 has just begun, and already everything feels different. The question isn't whether Ty is gone anymore. It's how far Amy will go to find out the truth. The air feels heavier than usual that evening. Clouds hang low over Heartland, painting the sky in deep shades of purple and gold. Amy stands in the middle of the barn, staring at the journal still resting on the table. She hasn't moved for minutes, maybe hours. The pages flutter softly as a breeze passes through, like a whisper from another world. Ty's words echo in her mind again and again. "I made it back, Amy." Her hands tremble as she closes the journal. She wants to scream, to cry, to believe. But believing feels dangerous. Hope has betrayed her before. Hope hurt too much. She tells herself there must be a logical reason. Someone playing a cruel joke, or maybe a forgotten journal she never noticed. But deep inside, her heart won't let go of that small, impossible thought. What if it's real? Amy walks outside, her boots crunching against the dirt. The sun has almost disappeared beyond the hills, and the shadows stretch long and strange. Spartan neighs from the paddock, uneasy. Amy's eyes follow his gaze, and there, near the old fence, she sees him again. A man standing still, his face hidden beneath the shadow of his hat. For a moment, time freezes. The world goes silent. Amy's breath catches in her throat. Every instinct tells her to run, to call for Jack, to find someone to make sense of what. But before she can reach him, a gust of wind rushes through the fields. The horses stir. The figure steps back, and then, just like that, he's gone again. Amy falls to her knees, clutching the rose still in her hand, gasping for air. Her voice shakes as she whispers, "Why are you doing this to me?" Moments later, Jack rushes out after hearing Spartan's cry. He finds Amy sitting in the dirt, her face pale, her eyes wide with disbelief. "Amy, what happened?" he asks, his voice full of concern. She looks up slowly, tears rolling down her cheeks. "I saw him, Grandpa. I saw Ty. He was right there." Jack kneels beside her, unsure whether to comfort or question. He looks around, scanning the empty field. "Amy, there's no one here." But Amy isn't listening. She's staring at the horizon, her expression torn between joy and pain. For the first time in years, her heart feels alive, but it also feels terrified. If Ty is alive, then where has he been all this time? Why hasn't he come home? That night, Amy sits by the fire holding the journal in her lap. The flames flicker against her face, painting her features with light and shadow. She opens to the page again, her fingers tracing Ty's name. "If you're out there," she whispers softly, "please, come back to me." Outside, the wind howls through the trees, almost like a reply. Heartland has always been a place of healing, but this time, healing might mean reopening a wound Amy thought had closed forever. Because if Ty Borden truly is alive, then nothing at Heartland will ever be the same again. By the next morning, Heartland fans everywhere are losing their minds. Social media explodes. Twitter, Reddit, and Facebook light up with one burning question: is Ty Borden really alive? Theories spread like wildfire, each one more unbelievable than the last. And Amy, caught in the middle of this storm, can almost feel the world watching her life unfold again. In one theory, fans claim Ty never actually died. Some say his death in Season 14 was part of a secret government mission related to his work as a vet, helping animals in dangerous regions. A cover-up, a faked death? Wild? Maybe. But others think there's proof. Old clips showing Ty talking about disappearing for a while, or doing something big. Every word he ever said now feels like a hidden clue. Another theory suggests that Ty survived but lost his memory, that maybe he's been living somewhere far away, trying to find his way back to Heartland. This one hits Amy the hardest, because deep down, she's always believed that if Ty were alive, he'd come home. So if he hasn't, maybe he truly can't remember. Fans dig even deeper. They zoom in on screenshots from Season 19's trailer. There's a blurred silhouette in one shot behind Amy, and people swear it's Ty. The shoulders, the walk, the jacket, it's him, one fan writes in all caps. Others post side-by-side comparisons of old Ty scenes with the mysterious man's outline. Then comes a shocking discovery. A behind-the-scenes photo leaks online. Graham Wardle, the actor who played Ty, seen near the Heartland set. He left the show years ago, so what's he doing there now? Fans go wild. Some say it's a coincidence. Others believe it's the ultimate hint. The return no one thought possible. Back in the story, Amy finds herself scrolling through her phone late at night, reading all the theories. She sees the hope in the fans' words, the same hope burning quietly inside her. One comment catches her eye. Maybe Ty's been alive all along. Maybe he's trying to find his way home, just like Amy's finding hers. Amy puts the phone down, tears glistening in her eyes. She whispers, "Find your way home, Ty." The scene shifts to the barn, where the camera lingers on the journal again. But this time, something has changed. A new page is open. Fresh ink, fresh words. It reads, "It's not time yet, but soon." Amy gasps, the paper shaking in her hands. She looks around the empty barn, her voice trembling. Who's doing this? But deep down, she already knows the answer her heart wants to believe. Maybe this isn't a trick or a ghost. Maybe it's a message from him. Meanwhile, fans online connect the dots. The journal, the gloves, the rose, the shadow. It's all connected, one theory claims. Ty's been leaving clues to lead Amy to him. Others argue it's symbolic. Ty represents Amy's inner strength, her healing, her past finding peace. But what if it's not symbolism at all? What if it's real? The line between fiction and reality starts to blur not just for Amy, but for everyone watching. Because Heartland has always been about family, love, and faith. But now, it's about something even deeper. The unbreakable bond between two souls who refuse to let death separate them. And as the theories grow wilder, one truth becomes clear. This isn't just another episode. This is the moment fans have been waiting for. The return of hope. The return of Ty Borden. The days that follow feel unreal at Heartland. The air carries a strange tension, like the calm right before a storm. Everyone senses it, even if no one dares to say it out loud. Something's happening. Something big. Jack notices Amy's silence. She's been distracted lately, walking through the ranch as if half of her heart is somewhere else. He doesn't have to ask what's on her mind. He's seen that look before, the same one she wore when Ty first left for Mongolia years ago. A quiet ache mixed with a stubborn kind of faith. At breakfast, the family gathers. Lou is talking about expanding Maggie's diner. Katie jokes about school. And Lindy keeps asking questions about her dad again. Questions Amy hasn't heard in a long time. "Mommy," she says softly, "if Daddy was here, would he still help me with Spartan?" The spoon freezes in Amy's hand. Everyone goes quiet. Amy forces a smile, her voice barely steady. "Of course he would, sweetheart. He always will." But her eyes tell another story. Because for the first time in years, she doesn't say was. She says is later. Lou finds Amy in the barn, brushing Spartan. "You've been distant," Lou says carefully. "Talk to me. What's going on?" Amy doesn't answer right away. She runs her hand down Spartan's mane, her thoughts racing. "Lou," she whispers. What if Ty's alive?" Lou's expression softens, but worry quickly fills her eyes. "Amy, you can't do this to yourself again. You've come so far. You've healed." Amy turns, her face pale but certain. "No, you don't understand. I saw him. His journal. It wasn't just sitting there. Someone put it there. He's been here." Lou shakes her head, her voice breaking. "Amy, please, don't chase ghosts." But Amy isn't listening anymore. Her eyes are burning with a mix of fear and belief. "If there's even the smallest chance, I have to know." Across the ranch, even the animals seem uneasy. Spartan whinnies more than usual. The horses pace in their stalls, and the dogs bark at shadows that no one else sees. It's as if Heartland itself is holding its breath, waiting for something to return. Jack watches all of it quietly. That night he sits on the porch, the sound of crickets filling the silence. Lisa joins him, placing a hand on his arm. "She's starting to believe again," she says softly. Jack nods, his eyes on the dark horizon. Believing can save her, or it can break her. He takes a deep breath, his voice heavy with memory. "You know, I used to tell Ty that once you love someone the way Amy loved him, you never stop. Not even when the world says it's over." Inside the house, Amy tucks Lindy into bed. The little girl smiles sleepily and whispers, "Mommy, I dreamed about Daddy. He said he's coming home soon." Amy freezes. "What did you say?" Lindy nods, eyes half closed. "He said he misses you." Amy kisses her forehead, trying to smile. but her heart is pounding so loud it feels like thunder in her chest. She walks out of the room and leans against the wall, breathing hard. Tears fill her eyes, not from pain, but from something else. Something wild and alive. Hope. Because maybe, just maybe, the universe is trying to tell her something. Maybe Ty isn't gone after all. And as the night deepens over the ranch, a faint silhouette appears near the far. Night falls over Heartland, wrapping the ranch in a soft, uneasy darkness. The air feels charged, like the world is holding its breath, waiting for something to happen. The crickets sing, the barn lantern flickers, and somewhere in the distance, a lone horse neighs, a sound that cuts through the quiet like a whisper from another time. Amy stands outside, looking toward the open fields. The stars stretch endlessly above her, cold and bright. The same sky she and Ty used to ride under together. She clutches Ty's old journal in her hands. Her fingers trace the last line again and again. It's not time yet, but soon. Every part of her wants to believe it. But belief is dangerous. Belief is a cliff with no bottom. And yet, it's also the only thing keeping her heart alive. The wind picks up, carrying the smell of the earth, of rain, of memory. Amy closes her eyes and listens. For a moment, she swears she hears it. A familiar sound, faint but real. Footsteps on gravel. Her breath catches. Slowly, she turns toward the barn. There's a figure standing there half hidden in shadow. Not close enough to see clearly, but close enough to make her heart stop. The outline, the way he stands, the tilt of his head, it's all too familiar. Ty? Her voice cracks. The figure doesn't move, doesn't speak, just stands there. The silence between them heavy with 1,000 unspoken words. Amy takes one slow step forward, then another. Her heart feels like it's about to burst, and then he turns. Just enough for the light to catch his face. Amy's eyes widen. It's him. It's really him, or is it? Before she can reach him, the light from the lantern flickers out. Darkness swallows everything. The screen fades to black. Then, in the silence, a voice, soft, deep, and trembling with emotion. Ty's voice. I never left, Amy. Cut to the Heartland logo. The world goes silent, but the internet doesn't. Within minutes, fan pages explode, reaction videos flood YouTube, and Ty's Alive trends across every platform. Some swear it was really him. Others believe it's Amy's dream, her grief taking form. A few point out a strange clue. Ty's shadow didn't quite match. The episode leaves everyone asking the same question. Is Ty Borden truly alive, or is this a cruel trick of fate? Back at the ranch, Amy sits on her porch, holding the rose from the fence, the journal on her lap. She whispers to herself, "If you're out there, come home." The wind answers softly, carrying her words into the night. And somewhere, far beyond the hills, a man rides through the darkness, toward Heartland.